Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that this House, having regard to the terrorist attacks by Hamas against Israel and the deepening humanitarian crisis arising from Israel's military operations in the Gaza Strip, A, expresses its deepest condolences to all innocent victims and civilian casualties. B, advocates the urgent delivery of humanitarian aid to the civilian population in Gaza. C, condemns those responsible for the terrorist attacks and violations of international law. D, calls for all parties to ensure the safety and security of civilians, including the release of all hostages. E, reiterates Singapore's long-standing commitment to a negotiated two-state solution consistent with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. And F, urges all Singaporeans to safeguard and uphold our multiracial and multireligious peace and harmony.
We must unite at times like these rather than seek to divide or seek political dividends. Let us not kid ourselves. All it takes is a cursory search and you will see that since the 7th of October, online traffic and misinformation targeting Singapore and our local population has been on an exponential rise. Mr. Speaker, we are at risk. In this vein, I have earlier in my PQs asked for the Home Affairs Ministry's assessments on the heightened risk to our social fabric and how we can better safeguard ourselves. We must also engage in an open and honest conversation about the situation, which is why Mr. Vikram Nair, Mr. Zhulkarnain, and myself have decided to propose this motion for debate today. Misguided beliefs and distorted narratives can further escalate tensions and lead to divisions within our community. And collectively, we must redouble our efforts to ensure that Singaporeans have access to reliable sources of information and are equipped to discern fact from fiction.
In the face of what has been reported or what appears to be breaches of humanitarian law, I am deeply distressed and concerned because I am only human. But I remain calm because I believe in justice and the due process of the law. After the dust settles, a fuller investigation of the evidence and such breaches of international law can and must be made. In this age of technological advancement and social media, evidence can be found, witnesses can corroborate, and false information can be sifted out, so that any breaches of international law would one day come to light and the perpetrators would be brought to the international courts of justice for their day of reckoning. Against this backdrop, we must continue to have faith and continue to abide by our principles and the rule of law.